UNCP head football coach Shane Richardson on signing day. Coach, give us a quick overview of the class.
Yeah, we're really excited about this class. Came together really well at the last minute, really, and had a good group that we had targeted ever since last May. Got their junior film and all their information and tracked them throughout the summer. Had a lot of them in camp, and then was able to get out and see a lot of them over the course of their fall season and taken into the playoffs. We were able to see some of them play in the postseason, and then obviously kind of go through the recruiting process here into January, get them on campus, and really try to start finalizing everything here the last couple of weeks. And this class is very well rounded. We wanted to target almost every single position. We thought we were able to do that with just quality depth and really good individuals, good high character, good students, guys that are going to fit our program well. I think one of the biggest things that sticks out to me about this class is a lot of our characteristics and things that we talk about in our culture were things that were very synonymous with what they believed in and the programs that they were coming from, and made them all really good fits for what we're doing and how we're doing it here. And so we're really excited about that, and I feel really good about just the overall consistency of this class.
Let's break it down now a little bit. We'll start with the offense and the skill position players.
Yeah, so starting at the quarterback position, Josh Dale, really feel good about him coming in, and he was one of our highest rated guys on our board, and we wanted to target him, and we went after him. And I think just from a leadership perspective, just qualities and characteristics that you want in a quarterback and a guy who is going to be a main piece to the offense and to the team. He has those qualities and characteristics, and so can hurt you in both ways with his arm and his feet, and just a good high school player that we felt like can come into our program and be a guy for the future for what we're doing here. Going into the running back position, two tailbacks there. Joe Leak, extremely fast, has kind of that next level speed that we're going to be missing with the seniors from last year graduating. But Joe Leak is a guy that can kind of hit the home run, and if he gets to the second and third level, I think he's going to be really hard to catch, and so very elusive. Travis Prince, a very good running back out of South Mech in Charlotte, and a guy that we've really taken a good hard look at, that can make you miss, that can do a lot of other things kind of in between the tackles and on the first level, and I think will give us two very different running backs there, and I think those will be good additions to what we have already. And then we got a fullback, Dylan Hodges, and he's from up in the kind of the eastern part of the state, southwest Edgecombe, and just a good, tough kid who's going to be gritty. He's going to bring a physical presence. He's got all those good blue-collar things that you like about being a fullback, and having to do some of the dirty work and blocking and some of the non-glorious things that a running back may have to do. And so really excited about what he's going to be doing for us. And then you got the receivers. I think the receiver position here is going to be maybe the best position that we've signed in this class. And so overall, I think we've got 4 receivers and one guy that we're targeting as an athlete who I think will probably fit the mold of a receiver eventually. We're going to be able to move him around and do some different things with him. So Tyshawn Carter would be that guy out of Charlotte. And Tyshawn, with the ball in his hands, played quarterback in high school, did some things kind of all over the field, and so we're looking at him to be just a great playmaker for us. Receiver out of Middle Creek, Shaman Hicks, is going to be a very dynamic receiver for us, and we watched him play basketball. He's going to be a guy that is really versatile in a lot of areas, but just a competitor, a very confident individual that I think can do a lot of things to hurt the defense. And then we got 2 other guys that are very big. DJ Harris and Marcus McDonald is another receiver that's very big. And so those 2 guys they're over 6 foot. They're extremely athletic. They're going to be able to go up and get the ball. They move very well. I expect both of those guys out of the Raleigh area to be very good for us. And then one final receiver, Jacob Scott. He was going into the season, and really most of the year, he was actually the state leader in yards for the season, and ended up with about 1,900 yards, a great possession receiver, a hard worker, loves the game of football, and actually has ties to the area and has a lot of family back here. And so it's kind of somewhat of a homecoming for him to come back in this area to play. And we're extremely excited to add Jacob, and I think he'll be a great fit for what we're doing culturally. So from the skill position offensively, that's kind of all our guys right there.
Obviously, the skill position guys can't go anywhere without the offensive line. Talk about the signees there.
Yep. So, and really, there's one other guy that kind of is a hybrid there. I guess you'd say the tight end, which kind of fits offensive line, but also kind of a receiving threat, and that's Tyzea Eller. He's from up by Hickory and went to Newton Conover High School, and he's going to be a guy that likes to block. He's going to also be a guy who's very athletic, and he needs to grow into his body a little bit, but very competitive guy, and so we're able to add a bigger frame that's able to give us a tight end presence, which we really like in our offense. And then we got 3 true offensive linemen. Cam Calloway, who's from the Fayetteville area, just north of Fayetteville, went to Pine Forest High School. Really a great frame to work with, going to be a 6'4" guy that's able to come in. We really like his work ethic, moves well for his size, and we really think he has a great future ahead of him. Also, Nick Anderson out of Terry Sanford High School up in Fayetteville, just a relentless type of mentality. We'll need to develop, but just another good body type to get in the program and develop him. Really excited about where he's at with things. And then we've got Nick Golden out of the Northeast, way up in Elizabeth City, that we were able to bring down, and he really kind of completed the class in terms of our offensive linemen. Good, big, tall body that's long, athletic and physical, kind of just a very well-rounded guy at the offensive line position, and he's going to fit in very well. And so those 3 guys right there, I'm really, really excited about their futures, and they're going to be great additions to what we're doing up front.
Let's flip it around now. Talk about the defense. We'll start with the defensive line.
Yeah, so defensive line, we were able to add 2 D tackles as well as 2 defensive ends. The 2 D tackles, one is out of Scotland County, Octavius McLaurin, just an explosive little bit short in terms of D tackle. You want those guys to be as big as you can, but he's a little bit shorter. But I tell you what, he's going to make up for it in explosiveness and good hands and quick feet, and he's going to be able to get off the ball. He's got really good thickness, and so I anticipate we'll have no problems with him really coming in, and he has an opportunity to compete, I think, right away. We'll see how that shakes out. You never know, but just really excited about Octavius there. And then Tay Vereen is from down by the coast, out of West Brunswick High School. And Tay is going to be a guy who brings really an old school mentality. I had a great conversation in his living room with him on the home visit, and Tay, he expressed about how he wants to go back the way that football used to be played, with leather helmets and maybe no shoulder pads. And of course he was kind of joking, but just that comment in and of itself was encouraging to know that Tay's going to bring a toughness and a mentality that is really good for the defensive line. And so we're excited about those 2 D tackles. The 2 defensive ends, Adonai Aloma out of Charlotte, just a really well-mannered individual that knows how to carry himself, very mature, very respectful. I think that adds to his character as to how he's going to do things. Great frame, great speed, good size, all the athletic things, but I think his things off the field are going to really enable him to work himself into something special. And so really excited about him out of Myers Park. And then Ben Amarillo is our other defensive end out of the Raleigh area, North Johnston High School. And so big, good frame, somebody that moves well and has a lot of really broad shoulders and a lot of girth that we can put some weight on him. And so I think just his size and athleticism alone is going to be something that we're able to add to our defensive line. And I would look forward to him being able to have an opportunity to compete right away if possible. And I think he's going to have a really, really bright future for us. And so really, really excited about Ben and Adonai at the defensive end position.
Moving back now, the rest of the defense.
Yeah, so go to linebacker, and we were fortunate to be able to add some depth there again with 4 guys. Really, I think at the linebacker position, those guys are going to be some of your main special teams players as well. And so I always want to be able to take good players at that position that you feel good about, because I think they can always add depth. They can always be quality players. Even if you only have 3 on the field at one time, I think they can fill other roles on the team that are really important throughout the course of a game. And so we were able to sign Cole Daniels. He actually went to a private school up by Greenville, Arundel Parrott, and so played 8-man football. And so it's going to be a good transition for him. But he was a very highly decorated linebacker, and on film he does skills just as well as anybody else that we watched from 11-man football. And he's got some great intangibles, just a good, hard-nosed, tough kid that I expect to be a great leader and do things right, and he's going to have a great opportunity for us as well. We've got Donovan Hayes out of Hickory Ridge over in Cabarrus County. Donovan is going to be a guy who will do things at an extremely high level, a very athletic kid all over the field. He's going to be a guy who knows how to work and knows how to really bring a dependability factor to what we're doing, and I really like his intangibles. He was really the first guy to get his stuff in this morning, and I think that shows something about who he is a little bit. He's on top of of his responsibilities. He knows how to follow through with tasks, and I think that's going to really bode well for him in his future here as a linebacker. And then we've got Trey Sawyer from the Northeast. He went to Northeastern High School, same high school as Nick Golden, in fact, who's our offensive lineman. But Trey is going to be just a stout, good, sturdy body that we're going to play inside linebacker. Has a lot of talents. He's well-rounded just in terms of his personality. I think that'll be good for him to just get out there and, I think when guys have a good personality, they're able to really pick up things and communicate well and be able to interact with people and be a great teammate. I think Trey's got a lot of that stuff going for him, and so he also plays the guitar and all that good stuff too. So he's just a good kid, and a lot of fun things about him. And the fourth one is Devin Higgins. He's from Winston-Salem area, and so went to East Forsyth High School. A guy that was very, very physical on film. Didn't have much senior film. Got injured his senior year, but guy that is very physical. We had him down on campus. Really a high character kid who's going to be a leader, and I think has the ability to really bounce back and recover from his injury from his senior year, and now work himself into a college atmosphere. And I'm really excited about what Devin can bring to the table and to kind of round out the linebackers there. So I think it's good. Moving on with the secondary defensive backs, we were able to get 3 guys there, and I think maybe one of the most athletic guys that we had on campus in the recruiting process, we were able to sign him, and it was Aaron Jolly out of Shelby High School. And so he comes from great pedigree there. They're multiple state champions, and they've done a great job with just kind of grooming guys. He played great football for him, and he's a competitor. He loves the game of football. His movements are extremely good. When we brought him on campus, we tested him out, and we were really blown away with just how well he did move in person. And so Aaron is, I anticipate will do a great job for us. Also, we've got Cam Cauldron out of the Northeast up by Greenville. Went to J.H. Rose High School, and Cam's going to be a really good playmaker on the ball, going to be a technician. Maybe a little bit undersized, but I don't think that matters. He's got good size, he's got good sturdiness, good feet and hips all around. I think will be a good addition to what we're doing. And then Elias Crawford out of Charlotte went to Olympic High School, and so Elias will bring a bigger body at safety, and I think he's got kind of a prototypical body that you're looking for at that position, and good competitor. I think is going to do the things right and be in the right place at the right time and be able to be a guy who brings some good athleticism there, and so really, really excited about him as well.
Coach Shane Richardson, congrats on another signing day. Thanks for sitting down with us today.
Yeah, thanks, Cam. I appreciate it, and we're really excited about this group.